On average, we spend £10 billion on hair products and cosmetics every year. And for some of us, bad hair really can make the difference between a good or a bad day. It's something that came up in the latest episode of comedy TV show Fleabag.
I mean, I come in here and my hair is just such a mess, and then they do these amazing things with it. And I immediately feel like a different person.
Isn't it funny, though, because I look at your hair and I think, oh, your hair looks nice. I never think, oh, God, it was a mess earlier, now it looks great. So is it funny what we put on ourselves?
Yeah, we don't think of other people, but we think it of ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. I mean, I took mine for granted forever because I just used to have totally natural ringlets. So if it was steamy, I'd go, oh, it's steamy, my hair's going to be lovelier in a minute. You know, if it was raining, oh, in a minute my hair's going to... Because it would just grow and grow and curl and curl and curl. And it was just... I didn't understand what other women were talking about when they talked about these bad hair days. No. Then, you know, obviously you get older, you have babies, all these things happen, your hair really changes. And I get it. If it doesn't feel right, you don't feel right.
Totally true.
I know it's shallow, I know it's meaningless, I know we should be better, deeper people, but we're not. No. It feels bad, we feel bad.
It's true. I mean, that's why I wear hair extensions. This is not real. I mean, it's mine because I paid for it. But it's not real because my hair is really thin and baby fine and wouldn't do anything. So I just like to think it's got something to sit on. It just rests on the extensions.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm totally fine about telling the whole world that I have them. I just like to look a bit like it's a bit thicker.
I do love changing up my hair. It doesn't
I love seeing what you're doing.
Upset me if it looks bad, because I just think, oh, yeah, that's my hair. But I do like changing it up, and I do like doing it. I've noticed that some of my hairs are falling out at the moment, which is weird. It's supposed to be getting thicker and more luscious, but it's not. But don't worry, found them.
Where?
I lost some hairs on my head and found them on my belly. They turned up. Yeah, wow. That's what they went.
Wait till they start coming out of your warts, then you really know you're a full-grown woman.
Can't wait.
Yeah, welcome to the menopause, Stevie!
Oh, my goodness. I personally do think that hair is an important part for anybody, not just a man, for a woman. Yeah. But I remember my experience when I was getting treated for my cancer and I was going through chemotherapy. So I put a coal cap on my head because, you know, if you don't know, black hair, it doesn't grow as quick as European hair. So I was really, really nervous because I've been growing my hair for, like, 20-odd years, and it was down to my shoulders. That's where it got to. And then when I had the chemotherapy, it all started falling out.
So the cold cap is a treatment, isn't it? I believe it's very uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's minus something like, I don't know how much it's minus, that you put on the head, and it's supposed to freeze the follicles in your hair. So, you know, you're there. And that's... I went through it. I did it because that's how much I wanted to keep my hair. Yeah. But then I remember I was doing Hairspray. I was doing the musical, and I was in my dressing room and getting ready, and I started putting my wig cap on to put my wig, and the hair started dropping out. And that's when I thought I'd be fine. I'm not going to let it bother me. It's not going to affect me. But then I sat there and cried, and some of the cast were there, and that's when I realised hair is a very important part of you. But then after it fell out, I thought, that's it, I'm shaving it off, and I was out, and I wore my bald head.
You look beautiful.
You know, it's like... Yeah.
How long were you without hair?
I was without hair for about 6-7 months, and that took 6-7 months from skinned, there was nothing, to that. That's 6-7 months of growth, and then it started growing. I started rubbing black castor oil on my hair, and that promoted growth and promoted thickness. But for me, it was a big thing, because I like to play about with my hair as well and do different styles.
You can hide behind it as well, can't you? I mean, that's the thing. It's a great shield sometimes if you... And flicking it and all that stuff, I think if you're feeling shy, to then... hair sort of helps. I know it sounds silly, but it does. But when I'm feeling particularly shy, I definitely wear my hair more over my face. And I always think about that when people lose their hair completely. There's such a vulnerability, isn't there?
Well, people said I looked like a strong diva, you know. There was like, and I was like, okay. OK, I'm going to have that.
Yeah, I like
You
that.
are a strong
You owned it. Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
going back to the clip that we showed right at the beginning, there is nothing worse than when you're sitting there and the hairdresser has cut something that is not what you wanted and you have to kind of walk out thinking, I have got months to wait until I don't look like a pencil or whichever. It is. It does a lot for your psyche, I think, hair.
Don't go to the bris. Don't get the rabbi to cut your hair, is what you're saying. You're like, when they cut something you don't want.
I see what you mean. I still didn't know where we were. I don't know what's happening.
That never crossed my mind. It never crossed my mind.
I can tell still some people in the audience aren't sure.